Assalamu alaikum, this is Muhammad Khair, math teacher of KKI schools. Our lesson today is parallel and perpendicular lines. Our objective is to determine whether lines are parallel, perpendicular or neither, and to write equations of parallel lines and perpendicular lines.
Thank you, Ryan. So first of all, can you draw a parallel lines, Ryan?
This is a parallel.
And how is the perpendicular?
It have a right angle.
Yes, like this, yes? Like the plus. The plus, it is two lines intersect and confirm two perpendicular lines, okay? It's make up 90 degrees, yes? Okay, but what this mean in our lesson? What is the relation between our lesson and this parallel or perpendicular? See, Raya, for example, if I have y equal 3x plus 2, and I have another equation, y equal 3x minus 1. We said if we graph this equation, okay, and as my students know before, it will intersect where? Here, okay? So it will intersect the y axis and plus 2 here, I mean here 1 2, so it will be pass through here in this, like this straight line actually. And if I want to graph this, okay, I will see here it will intersect with the y-axis in -1, okay, so it will be here. So I will graph this. You see, they are parallel. Why? Because they have the same slope. The same
slope.
Bravo. So if the equations have the same slope, that means the lines are parallel. Okay? Okay, but we have another issue here. Okay? Give me a second, my dear student. See. Now, if you take one slope here, for example this one, the 3, and you find the opposite reciprocal of this. Reciprocal means flip it. It is over 1 actually, so it will be 1 over 3. Then find the opposite, so it will be -1 over 3. Okay, see, you will get the same slope in the other equation. If you get the same answer or the same result here, that means the first equation line, okay, will be perpendicular with the second equation. Why? Because the slope here, okay, and the slope here, okay, equal the opposite reciprocal for each other. Okay, my dear student? Okay, this is the introduction. Let us go and do the homework in this lesson, my dear student. Okay, here he asked me to write an equation in slope intercept form. Okay, slope intercept form, this is the form of slope intercept form. This is the form slope intercept form. Okay, okay, memorize it, and I will erase it now. But here, actually, in each question, he give me a point and equation. A point and equation, sorry, point and equation, point and equation. In this case, my dear student, go and write this form: point slope form, y negative y1 equal m multiply the difference of x and x1. Okay, my dear student? Okay. Now, how I can solve this? He told me the line passed through a point. That means this is x1 and this is y1. What do you mean, teacher? My dear student, this is x1 and this is y1 because he said it is passed through the point. And he said also it is a parallel to the graph of the given equation. That means it is a parallel with this graph. Okay, that means they have the same slope. That means m here is 3. From where I get it? From here, my dear student. Okay, it is beautiful. And because it passed through the point, that means I have to replace the y1 and the x1 by the point coordinates. So the y1 is 3 and the x1 is 1. Okay, I use this and this. Okay, now we done from the question, and now we are here. Now break the parentheses, my dear student, by using Ali's story. Ali must visit the home and must visit the farm equal y negative 3. He asked me to write equation in slope intercept. Okay, because of that I have to break the parentheses and make the y alone and happy, but I cannot make it alone and happy until I break the parentheses here. This is what I did here. Okay, so now I have to move this guy, okay, from here to here with changing the sign. Actually this is will be deleted, so y equal 3x is the equation that is parallel, my dear student, which parallel with this equation. How I know? Because they have the same slope. But here in this direct variation equation, the p is 0. Okay, that mean the line will pass through the origin. Okay, in this way, because the slope is positive. Okay, are you happy? I hope so. Okay, let us take number 9. Let me take number 9. Okay, again, I have a point, I have equation. That means I have to use this form: y minus y1 equal m multiply x minus x1. All of time I have to use this, yes, if you have a point and equation. Okay, now replace the x and the y coordinate. This is x and this is y. Okay, the y1 is negative 3, it will be plus 3. Bravo. And the x1 is 1, so it will be negative 1. Bravo. And what is about m? Actually, this is the slope here. Don't be scared if you write it in the point slope form. I need only the slope, which is 4 here. So I erase this and write 4, and as usual we break the parentheses. So 4x then 4 multiply negative 1 equal negative 4, which equal y plus 3. Yes, my dear student, are you happy? I hope so. Now I will move this guy to make the y alone and happy. Yes, put it here with changing what? Yes, the plus to the minus. And be careful, my dear student, be careful. This is negative 4 for the grocery, and this is negative 3 for the grocery. That's mean they want me 4 real and negative and 3 real. That's mean they want 7 real from me. So negative 7. Okay, my dear student, you can graph it easily, but to save your time, I will graph it fast. So here and here, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is the negative 7. That's mean the slope is 4 over 1. So 4 step to up, 1 2 3 4, and 1 step to the right, so it will be here. So the line will cross the y-axis in the negative 7 and will pass through this point. Okay, so the line will be like this. Okay, my dear student. Okay, now let us move to the second part of this lesson. The same previous exercise, my dear student. He asked me to write an equation that passes through a point. I will take this example, and it is what this time? Perpendicular. Perpendicular, that's mean you have to take the opposite reciprocal. The opposite reciprocal, you know, I will tell you now how to flip and reverse the sign. Okay, but if you have a point and equation, that means you have to use this. Y negative y1 equal m multiply x negative x1. Okay, my dear student, let us start. As we learned before, this is the negative 2, and this is the x1, this is the y1. I need the y1 here. It is 3. Bravo. And we done from this. Now this is x1, it is negative 2, it will be plus 2. What's about the slope for the perpendicular equation? See here, I have 1 over 2. I will take it here. 1 over 2. It will be 2 over 1, and then it will be negative 2 over 1, which equal negative 2. So instead of the m, I write 2 here. Now break the parentheses. Break the parentheses. It is negative 2, yes? Don't miss that. It is negative 2. Now break the parentheses. It is negative 2x plus, no, it is not a plus. Be careful. 2 multiply 2, my dear student, it is 4. And negative multiply positive, it is negative. And this equal y negative 3. Now I will move this to the right side to make the y alone and heavy. Okay, okay. Now from here I have negative 7. Yes, so it will be negative 7 negative 2x. Change the color here, and this is equal y. Okay, boys, I hope so you get the point here. Okay, okay. In 24 I have a tricky question, my dear student. Okay, teacher. But before I move to the 24, let me continue in 24. Again, I have a point, I have equation. That means I have to use this form. Point slope for. Now, let us use the point. This is x1 and this is y1. And y1 here. And x1 here. Okay. Y1 is -6, so it will be +6. And x1, it is 1, so it is -1. And about the m here, take it. I will take the equation here, x -2 y equal 4. You have to make the y alone to make it, to find the slope. Here he doesn't give you the slope directly. You have to rearrange the variables or the equation here. You have to make the y alone. Okay, let's go. I will throw this x to this side and it will be actually negative. Then I will divide by -2 all the terms. So the equation will be y equal -2 plus 1/2 x. So this is the slope. So he make me digging to find the slope. I'm come back to the equation and write 1/2 here. Let me fix this problem, my dear student. Okay. Now I'm come back here and erase this and write 1/2. Now break the parentheses. Yaman, can you break this parentheses, Yaman?
Yes. 1/2 multiply x
Equal.
Equal 1/2x.
Bravo. And 1/2 multiply -1
Equal -1/2.
Bravo. And now I'm ready to make the y alone. What I have to do to make the y alone, Yaman?
We will subtract 6
Subtract 6 or throw this.
to the next.
And because of that we have to change
The sign.
It will be negative, yes?
Yes.
Now, can I take this? My students do not like this because it is fraction or a whole number.
With fraction.
Yes, subtract from the fraction. Let me take it like this. 1/2 negative and -6, and the 6 is over 1. Yes, and remember that I cannot add or subtract until the denominator here must be equal. Yes, so I multiply by 2 here and multiply by 2 here, so this will be 12 and here will be 2. Now, okay, -1 for the grocery and 12 for the grocery. That means
13.
-13, and the 2 will be here. So the y equal 1/2x -13/2, and this equation actually it is perpendicular. Let me clean everything here. Perpendicular with this equation, this one. Okay, now let us move to the last part, which is here. It is easy one. Yaman, may you read, please?
Determine whether the graphs of the given equations are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Explain.
Okay, I said to my students, okay, if the slope is equal, that's mean if the slope is equal, that's mean they are parallel. Okay, let me check number 13 here. I check the number that stick with the x all of time, and this is the slope, by the way. Okay, man, you don't know. So the number here, it is 1, and the number here,
It's -1.
it is -1. Okay, now so they are not equal, so they are not parallel. I will cancel, they are not parallel. Now let me check if they are perpendicular. Okay, I have 1. Can I flip it? It is over 1. Flip it, 1 over 1. Change the sign, -1 over 1, which equal -1. And as you see here, it is -1 and 1. They are perpendicular. So here I will write P. So question number 13, they are perpendicular. Okay, forgive me for dismiss. Or now 14. Every time we check the number that front or the coefficient of x, we call it. See, they are the same.
Yes.
So what the graph of
They
them?
are parallel.
They are parallel. So here perpendicular,
PE.
PE. Okay, let me write PE. This is perpendicular, and here parallel. Yes,
PA.
as you like, PA. And we can write it here, PA. What about this? Here, man, I cannot compare if the y here, it is not alone in one side. I have to move everything and make it alone and happy. Then I compare the number that stick with the x. Okay? Okay. So this is the first equation. It is ready because the y is alone here. Yes?
Yes.
But this one, I have to make it the y alone. Then I compare. Okay? Let's go. It is 2x plus y equals 7. Make the y alone here, man. This is the left side. This is the right side.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I have to throw.
Head to the other side and change the sign.
It will be negative, yes?
Yes.
So this will be negative. Now the y alone or not?
Yes, alone.
And what is the coefficient of x?
2. -2.
It is negative. Let me write it correctly here. 7 minus 2x. And I can write it like this here, man. -2x plus 7. Okay, I can reorder them. So what is the slope here? -2, yes? And come back to the first equation here.
It's -2.
So they are what?
Parallel.
They are parallel. Okay, he tried to trick me, but he will not. So here is PA, which is parallel, yes?
Yes.
Okay, man. What about this? Number 16. You cannot compare directly.
Because
the y not alone and heavy.
In both.
In both. So let us fix the problem here. Y -4 equal 3x plus 2. I break.
We will change the place of -4.
Before that, you have to break the parentheses here, man.
Yes,
all of time.
3 multiply x equal 3x and plus 2. 6.
6. Bravo, man. Now I can
change the place.
And I can replace this. Put it here and put it
A positive.
a positive, yes. because
Change
this
the sign.
Okay, so y equal this. Now can you find 6 plus 4 equal
10.
what is the slope here?
3.
Okay, we done. Now move to the
Next side.
here the next equation. It is 2x plus 6y equal 10. I try to make the y alone and happy. So the first step, I move the 2x from here to here. It will be negative. Okay, and then I divide by 6 all terms, so the y come alone and heavy. 10 over 6, leave it, don't worry about it. And negative 2 over 3, it is equal 1 over 3, because divide by 2, you will get this. So I have to compare now between this equation that slope is 3 and this equation that slope negative 1 over 3. Now I will take this 3 and make my check. 3, I find the opposite reciprocal. Yeah, go ahead. 3, it will be, yes, 1 over 3, because 3 over 1, I flip it, 1 over 3. Then change the sign, it will be negative 1 over 3. As you see, it is the same slope in the second equation, so you can say in 16 they are perpendicular. Okay, my dear student. Okay, what about number 17 here? As you learned before, my dear student, if you graph this, I will stretch it here. The negative 7 is here, suppose, and the 2 is here. 1 and the 2 is here. Okay, so if you make this and this, as you see here, they are perpendicular. So my dear student, if you have equation with the subject of y and another equation with the subject of x, okay, directly they are perpendicular. Okay, are you happy now? I hope so. Okay, so the last question for you, my dear student. Thank you for watching. This is Muhammad Khair, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.